What you got there, babe?
Some lentil soup.
What kind of lentil soup is it?
It's an old Armenian recipe.
Is it?
It is. It's made by you.
Have you had it before?
I have. It's lovely.
Is it?
It's very, very lovely.
Is someone caving under pressure?
I'm really used to all this.
Good morning, guys. It's Sunday the 10th of January 2021, and unfortunately, as you guys know, we are in a national lockdown yet again. I'm pretty sure we're all getting sick and tired of this COVID virus. It's really affecting everyone, interfering with our way of life. But I guess it is what it is, and we have to all do our bit collectively to try and get rid of this damn thing. So that said, again, as most of you know, when we went into lockdown, yet again the government banned the activity of fishing, but fortunately we found out a couple of days back that they reintroduced it as being allowed because it constitutes a form of exercise, and I guess also being good for psychologically for the state of our minds. Unfortunately though, the limitations on fishing are that it can only be done within 20 minutes of your household. So in your locality, which means sea fishing is out of the question for me, being at least an hour and 10 minutes, an hour 10 to Southampton, I guess. So as an alternative, I have put across my shoulders there, I don't know if you can see it, there we go, my 4-piece travel spinning rod by my favourite brand, Sane. It's an XBR carbon blank travel spinning rod with the best components: Fuji K guides, Fuji reel seat, and 40 ton per square inch carbon fibre blank. It's a little bit overgunned for where I'm taking this rod, because we are going down to a local river Kim's just storming ahead. I'm trying to catch up with her. And what's the name of your local river, Kim?
It's the Blackwater River.
It's the Blackwater River. We are about to enter it, I guess. So I don't really know this river, so I don't know what's in it. I'm hoping at least chub. So I have brought with me a box full of small shads. I'll show you the physical sizes of them in a minute when I take one out of the box. Now these shads I actually used many years ago when I used to live in the UK before I left to move to the Canaries, and I used to have a lot of success on them. They're small shads and I used to have a lot of success on them fishing or spinning for trout. So I'm assuming if they're good enough for trout, they're also good enough for chub. I don't really know if this river has chub in it, but it's a river, so I guess in theory it should. And we have come across what looks like a carp fishery that's been created from the Blackwater River. Looks like they've fed a stream from the river. I don't know what this fishery is called. It's not really my thing. I'm going to try and keep it as natural as possible. So we're going to carry on walking and find the river, and I have a feeling it's not far. So sticking to the guidelines, we've come out for a bit of fresh air, bit of exercise. We've walked from the house and we're already here, and it's taken us the length of this part of the video, so 5 minutes I guess. So let me find the river, let me see if it's speaking to me, and I'll come back to you guys. Right, found a spot that I quite like the look of. Nice bend in the river here, darkish colour in the middle, so there's a deepish channel running down the middle section here, and I've got a little bit of room here for casting. Obviously it's not the ideal setup because I'm more into my sea fishing than freshwater, but I do like rivers. I used to fish rivers a lot many years back. So the rod I've brought down is actually my 10-foot 4-piece travel spinning rod, a rod that I've taken to Cape Verde Islands, a rod that's come with me to Mexico and Cabo San Lucas, a rod that hooked me a very nice snook in Cabo San Lucas in the Sea of Cortez, which unfortunately shook the lure after a few seconds, and a rod that I've used in the Canaries for 3 years now. I guess it's been out 3 years, and I've had several Atlantic bonito on it, big bonito to 17-18 pounds. For people who don't know, these are actually tuna species and they pull very hard, so it's a top quality rod. Don't be fooled by the fact that it's a travel version, it's a 4-piece. It is actually made from a very good blank. So let's get the sections out and set this rod up, and explain to you also about the reel. Again, like I said, a little bit overgunned for river fishing, because on the rod I have matched to the rod an excellent reel by Penn. It's the Penn Slammer, and this is the 4500. It's fully sealed for saltwater fishing, IPX6 rating, and the line I have on this reel is Spiderwire Ultracast 8-strand Invisibraid. Very well calibrated braid. I would say arguably the best calibrated braid on the market. It's 0.2 thick, so 0.2 millimeter thick, and I have actually calibrated it, and it is that. So you know where you stand with this braid, because if your reel is telling you that it's capable of taking, for example, 380 meters of 0.2, you can actually fit 380 meters of 0.2 on the spool. Unlike other braids where you look on the packaging and it says 0.2, your reel tells you it takes 400 yards, and after 230 yards the spool is full, which means your braid is not very well calibrated, whereas this one is. So this is the second section, and as I said earlier, it comes with excellent Fuji K guides. You can see the guide there. It's the offset guide, slightly kinked, which arguably stops wind knots and tangles or crack offs on your cast. So that's the two pieces together. Make sure you push them in nice and tight, line it up with the reel. We shall rest that against Kim's chair. Grab the other two sections. Assemble those first. It makes your life easier. I've seen quite a few people assembling the rod from the butt section upwards, and after a while you have to actually slide your rod back in sand, grit, pebbles or mud. So you're much better off assembling the top two sections together. Line the guides. So there's our guides lined up perfectly, and then it's much easier to grab the bottom two sections, offer you top two sections to it, line the rest of the guides up, and there's your rod set up. I don't know if I'm in the shot. Am I in the shot? Can you see the whole rod?
You can.
There we go. Light as a feather and very nicely balanced with this Slammer 4.5 for this 10-foot rod. The casting weight on the rod is 20 to 80 grams. So as I said, it's hugely overgunned for fishing this river. The shads I've brought are very small. I'm going to show you in a minute. The braid is 0.2 thick, which actually ends up giving you, in America, with it being an American brand, Spiderwire, it's actually marketed as £20, but if you actually test this braid, it breaks more like at £40–45. So hugely overgunned for what I'm doing today, but not when you take it abroad to warm water, to warm blue water destinations. So the next thing we do is open the bail arm and feed. I already have my leader attached. It's always on the reel. The knot I use is, in my opinion, the best knot for joining mono to braid. It's called the PR bobbin knot. I am actually going to do a separate video. I'm going to show you guys how I make this knot. It's the strongest knot out there for joining your leader to your braid. So we'll cover that with a separate video. At the end of my fluorocarbon leader, the fluorocarbon on here is 30 pound breaking strain. by Sane. It's mimetic 0.4 thick, and at the end I love using these for lure fishing. They are called fast touch links by Mustad. I'll show you how easy they are to operate. Basically, you just offer your lure. All lures come with a ring at the end. You offer it to the opening of the fast touch link and you just simply twist it on, and it follows the contour of the clip and it works its way into the end of the clip. And if you want to change lures, you simply counterclockwise rotate it again and it comes out. Never lost a lure using this clip on a cast or on a fish, so it's very secure. So don't be too worried if there isn't a physical clip that you have to open and close. They're not very good if you're changing lures regularly, because metal weakens after so many repeated bending motion, and sooner or later when you hook a fish, which has happened to me, I hooked an Atlantic bonito on the old-fashioned clips, and because I'd used it for 2 or 3 sessions, after hooking the fish and a couple of minutes into the fight, the link itself actually snapped and I ended up losing the fish. So I highly recommend the Mustad fast touch links. There we go. That's our line fed through all the guides. Let's put this rod down somewhere and grab the box of shads. So, as I said, I have these shads because when the conditions weren't right in the Canaries, too windy, the sea too rough, I used to actually just to wet a line, as we all do. Fishing's always better than not fishing. I used to use these for what's called in sea fishing LRF, light rock fishing, in sheltered bays, shallow areas, hiding from the wind. So they are not something new. They've been around for decades, and I used to actually use them when I used to live in the UK, and I have caught many a trout on them. As you can see, they are tiny. I actually have bigger ones here, so I'm gonna give a couple of these a try and see if there are any chub in Blackwater River. So I am going to start, I think, with this little perch. So let's get the hook guard off and show you how the fast touch links work. So you just offer your lure to the fast touch link. You can see the opening there. You just put the beginning of the link into the eye of any lure, and you just simply twist, and it ends up like a screw motion, makes the eye follow the contour of the link and end up sitting at the bottom of the ring at the end of the fast touch link. Pretty simple. If I want to remove it to change lures, I just simply do the reverse, twist the other way, and it comes out. Put it on, take it off. It can't really be any more simple. Right, first cast coming up. That actually looks tiny at the end of my rod. Wind's nice. Come on, Mr. Chubb.
Or any other fish.
Well, I don't know if there's any perch in here. I don't know if there's any pike in here. I'm just wetting a line, I think.
Passing the time.
I have a question for you. Why am I already thinking about soup?
I've only been here 5 minutes.
Let's try a different colour and a different size. Right, let's try this one, shall we? Oh yeah, it's a cracker. Did you see the bite? What a take. Are you laughing at me?
Would I?
Well, casting for 10 minutes along this section here. Tried 3 different colour shads, 3 different sizes. Nothing appears to be in this section here, so we're gonna head on downstream, see if I can spot another area where it's likely to hold fish and give it a try down there. Right, let's have a look down here, see what it looks like. Yeah, I think it's worth a cast here, babe. Where have you brought me, babe?
Oh, my fault, is it? Typical.
Right, let's try further down, yeah?
Yeah.
Cut! Any more spots further down, or
Let's look.
shall we?
Let's go.
One last chance, one last spot.
Come on then.
It's worth a chuck. I reckon it's worth a chuck. Jesus, look at the size of that fish!
Look at that rod, Ben.
Oh, it's really pulling, baby. It's a big one. I can't stop it. Well, so how many fish was that, Kim? I lost count. As you can see, I am packing the rod down, and the reason for that is my wrist is tired from catching all those chub. Not really. Nothing showing, nothing going on here. I blame Kim, because she told me this river was full of chub and pike and perch and trout and zander and
I've got broad shoulders.
not really complaining. It was lovely to be out, wasn't it?
It was.
How was the soup?
Oh, that was the best part.
Well, of course. With no fish showing, it just has to be the best part. Lovely countryside though. Beautiful wildlife. Nice fresh air. Beats being indoors. Hopefully soon we'll be able to go sea fishing again, and we'll be able to do what we do best, catch fish in the sea. Or at least try. Until next time guys, tight lines.